Yeah, man. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's Friday again. We are here on Football at It. Just preparing on the weekend to see how the weekend is gonna go in terms of the football matches that we have around. Probably the local football all the way to international football. So yeah, very excited day. Very excited day. Yeah, I just wanted to send shout out, man, to to Chelsea supporters. After they saw the video of last week, the supporters, they were like, ah, man, so you don't like Chelsea? Why don't you put the Chelsea jerseys on your show? Be like, oh, okay, no, we're gonna find the Chelsea merchandiser and try to put it there. Yeah, so shout out to Chelsea supporters, for communicating to make sure that the show should grow and have a different side of football. So definitely, it's very very exciting week, and in terms of the month, it's exciting month in terms of football because of here locally or here Africa. We are actually preparing for Africa Cup of the Nation, man. The Africa Cup of the Nation. If you hear the stories of Africa Cup of the Nation, that is gonna happen. It's crazy. It's crazy. So first of all, Dr. Patrice Motsepe actually, increases the prize of the winner of Africa Cup of the Nation, which is really, really, exciting when it comes to Africa Cup of the Nation. And again, there was an issue recently about the Mighty Choice, the DSTV, and in terms of the viewership, in terms of televising the Africa Cup of the Nation, but they actually come back and say that they agree with the terms and conditions and everything, so they're going to televise the Africa Cup of the Nation for very first time in a lot of countries, including the Europeans, because the Europeans, when they think our football is pop, man, now you're gonna see how the teams, they're going to suffer this January day. They're laughing at Arsenal. I mean, we don't have much players who go to Africa. So we'll see. You guys, oh, sizobona nani. Yabo. So without actually wasting time, one of the things that catch my attention, in fact, for this week, it's about the Moloka Swallows, man, in terms of the local football. So Moloka Swallows, they had a protest. They were protesting regarding the players that couldn't get their money, but they had a game with Mamelodi Sundowns. So obviously Mamelodi Sundowns, they came on the stadium. They actually do the change the kits and go on the ground and go back. And in terms of the FIFA rules, it says when the team comes on a day of the match and actually getting in the field and where the regalia of the football, get in the field, that means they actually played. What you need to do is to offer them the 3 points. You, the ones who didn't show up, you're the ones that you actually have the challenge. So yeah, that's about the Moloka Swallows. The PSL, Premier Soccer League of South Africa, charged them because they didn't show up on a game against Mamelodi Sundowns. So yeah, man. In terms of Africa, Bafana actually, they have announced the squad. So I'm gonna go through the squad. You guys, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. So before I go on the squad, so Bafana, we are playing versus Mali on Tuesday, 16 Jan, right? Which is next week Tuesday. We are playing with Mali. And we know Mali, if you guys have been following football in Africa, or players who from here and playing in overseas, we all know Mali, the capable and the players that they have, right? And then Sunday on the 21st of Jan, we're playing Namibia. So we're gonna play with the Aboshalolile, and the Aboshalolile, they are waiting for us. So this is the team. Maybe we can say at least we should win this. And now on 24 Jan, we're playing against Tunisia, bafowethu. Tunisia, bafowethu. Tunisia, bafowethu. Abo Hakim. Ah, it's gonna be a very very tough, very very tough, African Cup of the Nation. To be honest, and when I look at the squad that is being selected, I don't understand. Every time when we try to actually bring the best of ourselves in terms of the football, but we always like not really being on a par, in terms of selecting players that is going to represent South Africa. So, okay, Bafana AFCON 2023 squad goalkeeper Ricardo Goes from Supersport. No, 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 Ricardo Goes from Supersport United, Veli Motwa, Amazulu, Lonwell Williams from Mamelodi Sundowns, which is going to be goalkeeper number one. We all know that Lonwell Williams is the one that actually held the number one keeper for a very long time. Defenders, we have Grant Kekana from Mamelodi Sundowns. We have Terence Mashego from Sundowns as well. Opre Motiva from Sundowns. Kolise Mutao from Sundowns. Motibi Mbala from Sundowns. Sidney Mobi from Sundowns. Then we have Nkosinati Sibisi from Skukune United. Sianda Kulu is there. Nkosinati Sibisi from Orlando Pirates. Sianda Kulu from Supersport United. So those are the defenders. If you see Sundowns, it's one, two, three, four, five, six. Six defenders coming from one team, Sundowns. Okay, we understand that they win the Africa League, the new Africa League. They're on top, in terms of Africa football. But okay, I don't want to talk much about the coach, and the selection. So okay, let's move on. The central midfielder, we have Tapelo Maseko. Mamelodi Sundowns as well. Teboho Mokoena, Sundowns. Tapero Morena, Sundowns. Jaden Adams, Stellenbosch Stellies. I'm really, really surprised that there's few names from Stellies here, according to the way Stellies has been performing and the way I've been saying even the first episode of this football artist, in terms of Stellenbosch. Tabang Monari, Orlando Pirates. Yeah, Tabang. Yeah, I support Pirates. Yeah, but ish. Whew, ish. Ay, marano man. Pepelo Sitole, Tondera POR. Those are midfielders. Sundowns again. It's showing 1, 2, 3, 4 players from Mamelodi Sundowns dominating the central midfielder of Bafana. Coming to forward, Zakele Lipasa, Orlando Pirates, Evidence Mahopa, Orlando Pirates, Oswin Apolisi, Polokwanisite, Mihlali Mayambela, Aris Lemaso, Pesitao Al Ahli, Tembazwane, Mamelodi Sundowns. The three players of standby are Sibongiseni Mtetwa, midfielder from Kaizer Chiefs, Elias Mokwena, forward from Sikukune United, and Tapelo Koki, a defender from Orlando Pirates. These are three, outstanding. The standby in case if someone get injured, maybe during the training or before maybe we start, serious injured that they can recover during the tournament. We can, call up our standby to come and replace. Tetwa already from Kaizer Chiefs, it's injured. I'm not sure how injury is actually going so far, in terms of Mtetwa there. But in terms of the club breakdown in the following of the squad that is being announced, Mamelodi Sundowns, they have 10 players that have been called up. Orlando Pirates is 3, Supersport United is 2, Skokuna United also, they have 2 players, Stellies 1, Polokwane City 1, Amazulu 1, Tonde 1, Al Akhle 1, Alice Lemos 1 as well. So those are actually, players that have been called up from the Bafana 2023 AFCON that is coming in Jan 2024 this month. But there's still talks of players that they haven't, made it, players that they could have been able to get into start. I mean, just top of my head, when I think of forward, there's Mayambela there, but we are leaving a Burnley striker. If a coach from English Premier League really trusts Fosler to actually play, Lele Fosler to play, and we say that okay, it's not good enough. I understand what has been going on, and I've been talking about it, for past episode to say that he's been going through some personal issues. So I'm not sure, is it because of he's been going through personal issues, or is because of the performance, the performance, or is just the coach is just looking at Sundowns, taking everyone from Sundowns, because of playing in Africa. So in terms of players that they could have made it, that they miss to be caught up, right? On the goalkeeper side, there was Melusi Puteles, from Orlando Pirates, Bruce Buma from also Kaiser Chiefs. Defender there, the Tabiso Monyane, also for Pirates, Bradley Cross, Siabonga Ngezana, Siabonga Ngezana actually is doing good. He went to overseas, he's actually playing consistently, he's scoring goals. I don't know, calling Siabonga Ungezana. Temba Mashiane, Ima Okoni, Fawaz Bastian, Given Msimango, midfielder, we have Grant, Machman, didn't made it. Jablani Blom also playing very well. Miguel Tim also fantastic in terms of passing ability and actually defending, controlling the ball from the defender and moving all the way to forward. Botelis Obas didn't made it. Godman Mosale, very, very talented midfielder as well. Ethan Brooks, Patrice Moshangwane, which is no Patrick Mashangwane, not really, I don't think it's really, really in that form that it can dominate. Mlungi Simpunjan as well didn't make it. In terms of forward, Nkanyiso Mayo, fantastic player. I would love to see Nkanyiso, playing at the Africa Cup. The dribbling striker. He can play in the wing, left or right, cut inside, go inside the 18 box, or passes the. He can play also even number 10. Collecting the ball from after the midfielder. Push it to the front forward so that Aboza Kelele Pasa can score. So really, I'm really disappointed in terms of Nkanyiso. Fosler, Lela Fosler, I've already said about it. I don't know, they haven't selected him because of the personal issues, or it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. Then there's Tepangum Saleng, Munapule Saleng, again, another brilliant wizard player. I would love to see Munapule Saleng to be part of the squad, whether Amzalisa 10 minutes or whatever, but just to be part of the squad to gain that experience, also to get a recognition of the skills that they have, so that players. I mean, this is the African showcase. This is supposed to be the stage where we are taking all our best today, right? And again, we are showcasing our talent so that we can be able to sell these players to the bigger league. The more we are selling to the bigger league, the status also can move when we are winning and when we are having players who are playing in a different leagues. So that when they come back, they will come with experience, and that experience will be able to, to help us forward. So players like Soma Mayo, Monopole Seleng, without making it Akram Reines from Stelis. I mean, these are kids that are supposed to be there to be able to experience and to gain experience, so that in the next future we have experienced players, or if in the next, when we're preparing to go to World Cup, we really have the experienced players to be able to take us far. So that's about the Bafana squad. I don't know, you guys, what do you think about Bafana squad at the moment? And I really think coach tried to select the best he can, but hey, man, it's tough. To be honest, it's tough. The players, there's a lot of former players that are criticizing about the players that are being selected to represent, to represent Bafana in AFCON. So we'll see actually, how it's gonna actually, move along in terms of the Africa Cup of the Nation. But again, don't forget that this is Jan. This is actually the opening of transfer window from different types of clubs. I saw different names already actually, being named, to say that hey, anything can happen. One of the interesting news that I see in them, that I actually, see, it was Happy Mashiane. Happy Mashiane haven't been played in the Kaiser Chiefs since for a very long time, and there's a talks there that they can be able to offload the Happy Mashiane, so that they can find a different team. Already there's teams like Amazulu that are really, really interesting to actually, to get a service of Abu Happy Machine. Even in terms of Orlando Pirates camp, there's also two international players that we think probably, they're gonna be able to offload them to a different team. Ofori, it's one of the name. And again, Olisanda. I like how Olisa playing. I'm not sure, I always criticize how the coach put his first lineup in terms of Orlando Pirates, in terms of the defending. Of course, there's Koki and Ipozela is there, but I don't think Olisa should be able to be on a bench, man. Olisa should be able to be the guy who actually, starts, and so that he can be able to according to experience, man. It's a Nigerian international. There's so much experience that actually, he has, that it can bring to our team. So yeah, unfortunately, we're about to offload Olisa. So we'll see, we'll monitor and see how actually, the transfer window is actually transforming. So I just wanted to check quickly some other news in terms of local football before we actually get to international football. I know people have been laugh at me. I'm an Arsenal fan. It's been tough. It's been tough, beaten 2 times, December to Jan consecutive. There's a really, really a challenge there, uh, that we need, to look. So we're going to talk about that when we talk about the English Premier League and other stuff as well, in terms of the fixture that is coming on the weekend and so on and so forth as well. All right. So here I'm seeing Skukune and Chiefs. They were playing, I think they played draw. And again, Galaxy rise into the top half with the victory over TX. Galaxy, as I said, has been playing very, very well. They actually reached to the final of Carling Bright Label with a Stellenbosch. But again, they've been playing in AFCON as well, in a Africa Champ, in a CAF Confederation. So they've been actually getting the results. I think the experience that they're getting from Africa, bringing it here, that's what they're actually, give them, a little bit of, stability to start winning the games. Right. Stellis De Jong breaks the Pirates' heart. Oh, so this one is when De Jong actually, kill us in the game of, Orlando Pirates versus Stellenbosch. So yeah, man, I think that's it in terms of the local football. And what is the biggest right now? It's actually the Africa Cup of the Nation that is coming this year on Jan, starting from next week. It's gonna be very, very interesting. Trust me, it's going to be very, very interesting. And again, just to see the balance between the European team, how they're going to perform in English Premier League when these Africa players, they're no longer, performing there. Even teams from Spain, teams from Italy, Abo Osma is not going to be there again. They're going to be playing here, representing their team, in Africa. So we'll see how it's gonna go in terms of Africa. Football of the nation. But man, keep subscribing the channel. It's the football artists. Trust me, we're gonna bring a lot of entertaining and a lot of exciting news in terms of the football, and actually features the best fans around. So if you're a big fan, you wanna be a part of it, just inbox. Will be able to, to actually, put you in, so that you can also give us your perspective about football, man. So this is the show for everyone, including the fans. If you feel like you want to throw something on it, let me know, so that we can add you on a schedule of the show. So yeah, man, it's the additional channel from the Daily Money Market. Football Artist. Keep subscribing on this one.